Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm still trying to catch up on my What Sold videos. This one is actually going to be for the last weekend of 2023, December 29th through the 31st. At this point, we had been on vacation. I had turned all the other platforms on and put eBay back on one-day handling. So it was a very good weekend as far as sales on Poshmark and eBay. I even had one on Mercari. But right after this was when we had to ship 184 orders. So y'all, if I don't know if you guys can notice, but I had an eye exam today. I didn't realize it had been 3 years since I'd been to the eye doctor. So I went to the eye doctor today. So if you see my eyes are very, very dilated, it is because of that. So I can't even work right now because the lights of my Ring camera hurt and the computer screens hurt and everything. So I figured I'll go ahead and get this video recorded. And then hopefully in a couple of more hours, my eyes will settle down. But I found out today I have baby cataracts, which is, I guess, typical for people my age. Sometimes I forget that I'm actually aging. Does that make sense? I'm so busy and I do a job that I just love. Sometimes I just forget, y'all, I'm going to be hitting 60 on Monday. My son called me yesterday, my oldest, and was like lamenting the fact that he's going to be turning 40 this year. So it's just like we're growing, we're aging, but I can't say I'm growing old. I'm not. I'm too busy to be growing old. All right. So come on, let's get started. We'll start with Poshmark. I had 4 sales that weekend. The first one is Fisher Price Little People, a tiger, gorilla, and a polar bear. They sold for $14. Earth Spirit, Mary Jane women's shoes sold for $17. I like picking up that brand. We can pick them up for, a dollar or two at yard sales, and they sell pretty quickly for us for $15 to $20. And the Soft Touch Classics Brown Bear Plush from MTY International sold for $39. And a pair of Old Navy women's jeans sold for $13. One sell on Mercari. Mercari is dead for me, you guys. Absolutely dead. And I've been cross-listing very regularly. I don't think it's making a difference. I really think I'm just going to not put much effort into Mercari. I'll leave what's on there, but I think at this point I really, really want to focus on eBay and getting this room under control, and then Poshmark. So I think that's the plan. That's the plan, unless I change my mind for the 100th time. All right, on Mercari, this General Mills Trix Rabbit sold for $7. This was from that high bid estate sale that we won almost 3 years ago. I've got some more smalls left from that. They're right here under this table, and I'm going to try to get some of them out. And y'all, the thing with smalls, and this is the problem when you're trying to deal with your profit piles, is you can do a whole bunch of smalls and it really doesn't impact anything. You know what I mean? Because I've got a tote right here, and I just probably processed maybe 20 or more items out of it yesterday. The tote's still full. So that's been the issue, and I'm trying to get it under control. But it's a lot of work to deal with these smalls. But I've purchased it. There's money to be made, so I just need to get them under control. All right, then to eBay. I don't remember where I picked this up. Probably at an estate sale, so I maybe paid $1 or so for it. This is a TV Guide duffel bag. Maybe it was something that you could order. I'm not quite sure. Sold for $16.12. This is a viewer sale, so thank you very much, Sheila. Sheila bought this Applause After 8 cat plush from 1986 for $8.06. American Eagle women's jeans sold for $15.01. I had held on to a bunch of listings that I hadn't listed yet of clothing, and so that's the whole time we were on vacation. I was listing maybe 5 to 10 a day of just clothing, and y'all, I sold quite a bit of clothing. Vintage Dobbs Fifth Avenue faux fur men's hat. I picked this up at my favorite little estate sale. Pretty sure it was Dollar Day. Sold for $26.95. Chico's women's top, size 2, sold for $8. Lucky Brand Brooke women's jeans sold for $12. I should have said this at the beginning of the eBay stuff, but if you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping, so when I say it sold for $12, the buyer also paid additional for shipping. Robert Stanley Aspen Cover Deer Platter. This has been listed a while. I think Robert picked this up at an estate sale where it was the last day, and it was fill a box for $5. We bought a whole bunch of Francoma also that weekend, and it took a while and a whole lot of low offers, and it ended up selling for my sale price of $50.95. Crib Quilt Easter Rabbits. I picked several baby blankets up at a yard sale one time. I was on my way to pick my sister up to go do some yard selling together. I want to say I paid $2 or $3 each. They've taken a while to sell. I might have 1 or 2 left from that purchase, but sold for $20.17. Fairview Red Bear Plush. Y'all, I love picking up the vintage stuff. Sold for $12.11. Now, I had never heard of this show, but these came out of one of my bins bags, and I decided to make a lot, but it's True and the Rainbow Kingdom, Griselda, and I guess the King. I'm not quite sure who's who, but it sold pretty quickly for $14. Wildlife Artist Tortoise Plush sold for $9.95. Cabela's Men's Puffer Vest sold for $25, best offer. Russ Lil Marshmallow Clown Plush sold for $16.16. The Cellar Cabin Sugar Bowl. I remember picking this up at an estate sale. There were no toys, but everything was so cheap. We bought a lot of breakable stuff at that yard sale. That estate sale. This was 1997 marked Italy, and it sold for $12. Gund Sesame Street Mr. Snuffleupagus sold for $13.45. Sango Nova Brown Salad Plate. Probably wouldn't pick these up. They have taken a while to sell. These, I ended up selling 3 of these salad plates for $24.06. I'm going to be more proactive with making sure if I buy dishes this year, I'm not going to sell them individually. I'll probably put them in small lots, and they need to be selling for, enough to make it worth all the extra packaging that they require. This bread maker sat down here for a while. It got buried under a bunch of stuff. Finally did get to it. I'm pretty sure I've already sold the pan and the paddle. This, I just went ahead and took the glass lid off also, but it was glass. Sold for $17.95. It only took a couple of months. Applause Minnie Mouse Plush Hand Puppet sold for $8.02. more stuff from that Wizard of Oz stuff I picked up at a recent estate sale. This Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, sold for $13.45. Cue music, Robert. Dinosaur plush just kind of was, it was by Leader Light. Nothing special about it, but it actually sold very quickly. $9.86. Uh-oh, my writing is in the wrong place. This is Kmart. I've done very well with this brand. I do not find it very often. There are collectors, though, for this particular brand. Big time. This little monkey sold for $12.50. Domo in a martial arts outfit sold for $9. Not quite sure why all my lettering went up. Marvel Spidey and His Amazing Friends, a little 4-inch figure. Y'all, $7.15 for a little 4-inch figure. I'm good. Thai Pluffies. Love the Pluffies. I pick up most of them are bread and butter. This one actually sold for $20.21. Trim-A-Home. I'm pretty sure this was a box lot that I picked up, and I decided to sell each of the houses individually. I think I still have a couple of them left. They were from 1999, sold for $10.45. Pretty sure Trim-A-Home is Walmart. Fisher-Price Dream Dollhouse. If you find Fisher-Price Dollhouse stuff that was from like the 90s, 90, 92, 93, 95, though that series was called Dream. A lot of people still call it Loving Family also. But this was just one of the little babies, sold for $13.45. Pleasant Company Bitty Bear plush, 5-inch, sold for $10. This is another viewer sale, so thank you very much, Julie. Julie purchased these 2 plush from me, a Douglas guinea pig and a Red Devil plush, and she paid, let me move this out of the way, $18.89. So thank you so much, Julie. Betty Crocker vinyl flannel tablecloth. Can't remember where I picked it up. Probably paid, $1 or less for it, and it sold for $14. Now this was a surprise. I learned about barrettes watching Bolo Buddies. And so I'm always keeping my eye out for them. They're really good if you can find them still on the cards. Usually it's like the Goody brand and stuff like that. But I had picked up a baggie of these, I want to actually say at the Goodwill bins. I think I ended up making 2 different lots. I can't remember. I've already sold the other lot. But these were like 2 inches and 1.5 inches. And I took a best offer of $38. Easy Grammar. This was from our own personal homeschool curriculum stuff. These were called the Graham's Daily Lessons. I took a best offer of $25 for the 3. All of these I pick up at yard sales also. Gorham Ariana. That has probably been one of our favorite pickups as far as dishes. I'm down to not very many left. This was the souffle dish, and I went ahead and accepted a $15 offer. Decor. Love that brand. Don't find it very often. Not sure why I didn't put Potbelly. Most of their plush are called Potbellies. There's bears, these koala bears. Several other animals. This is the itty bitty, the 5-inch, sold for $12.07. Walmart Husky Dog Wolf plush from 2021 sold for $20. A whole lot of bread and butter, y'all. No like out grand slam plush, but it just kept ticking for us even while we were on vacation. This, again, is something from our homeschool curriculum. This is Matthew C. Epsilon. which is fractions, sold for $9.86. Don't know how to pronounce it. Bernardo Limoges fairy lamp. This one had like a wedding scene depicted on it. They're called lithophanes. If you put like a tea light inside of it, you can see the scene through the porcelain. This sold for a best offer of $20. Robot silver, Hong Kong. The brand was New Brights. Picked this up at an estate sale. Ended up not working, so I put on here for parts only. Sold for $12. Animal Adventure, big brown bear plush, very squishable, so it went in a large priority box. Sold for $10.45. That's an old one because I haven't used that picture cube in several years, so glad to see it gone. Disney Club penguin, y'all. Keep your eyes out for them. For some reason, they are hot. They do very well. There's also a series called Puffles. They don't do as well as the penguins, but I found this one at the bins in October when we were there, and it sold very quickly for me for $26.50. I've seen lots of these in the hundreds, so definitely a bolo. Levi's 505 men's jeans, $15.13. And Walmart white rabbit plush with an Easter bunny, with an Easter egg, sold for $9.50. And the last thing to sell for 2023 was this brown and white cow plush by M2Y International, $22.45. So the last sale was a plush, which I think is very appropriate for my store since that's a majority of what I sell and what I have listed in my store. All right, y'all, it's lunchtime. My eyes are starting to feel a little better. Robert's fixing me a hamburger, and then I'm going to get to work. So get to work. Bye.